Yo. So today I'm doing a little bit something different, and I'm just talking to you guys and just talking about my just random story time experiences. So if you guys want to see more of these type of videos, because I don't really do these often, I'll just have like some background gameplay, like me playing Deadlock here, and me just yapping for I don't know for however long my story is. So it's hey, if you guys like it, let me know, like the video and stuff. But I'm just going to get into the intro quickly here because I've already tried to do this intro like 4 or 5 times, and I'm just going to hop right in. So I just want to talk about just my experience with women, and probably you guys out there, you guys will probably share the same experiences with me. But a little backstory about me: I'm 21 years old. I am single, ready to mingle and stuff, but unfortunately, it's just one really hard to find an actual it's hard to even find a woman that would care or cares about you. And number two, all these women, they don't if you approach them, they don't want to be approached and stuff like that, or they just fake that they have a boyfriend or something when you know they don't. And it's kind of just it doesn't feel good at all. And it sucks that I'm probably in the generation that just started, where social media is a big part of trying to find a relationship. Because there's dating apps, there's Instagram, Snapchat, and I don't have those fucking things. I have Instagram, but I use it just as a messaging app to message my friends. And I fucking hate Snapchat. It's a terrible app. So it's kind of hard to even get in contact with people. And now I'm out of school, right? I am I'm just do I just talk to the people I'm working with? It's stuff like that. So here's just my experience with women over the whole year between 20 and 21. So let's just start off with work friends, right? Man, it is a toxic ass place if you're trying to talk to any girls in your work area or any women. Because my job before I quit was working at a grocery store. I was basically a restocker. I did some dairy sometimes, stuff like that. So it's one of those jobs where it's the amount of stories or drama is insane, right? And here's I quit due to the fact of how toxic the place was, and how just mistreated I was from the owner to even my employees, and even to my co-workers. So here's the story. So let's just go back a year ago, right? I'm working at the grocery store, stocking shelves and stuff, and it gets pretty boring quickly. So you talk to the guys in the back, right? And then you go up, you can talk to the cashiers, right? And you just become friends with them. And I became friends with most of these guys. And to be honest, I don't know if they're going to see this video. I've told them about my YouTube channel, but there's this one guy and one girlfriend that I have. Not girlfriend, just a friend that's a girl. And these two people have really been treating me with the utmost respect, and actually feel like true friends, like true people. And they don't feel they don't feel fake, right? These are when you leave high school, right? You don't really have that many friends. You have your friends from high school, but then staying in contact with them, that doesn't really happen. So then once you hit 20, 21 and stuff, and you're an adult, when you meet friends from work and stuff, they're really good. So those two guys, those two, I don't know if you're hearing this or if you're going to see this, but I respect you a lot. And I'm not going to say their names, but I respect those two a lot. So those two are probably the only ones I actually truly care about. I still care about those two. I would put up above the best of friends. And then I do have some friends I still have contacts with. I hang out with them blah blah blah. So let's go back about 6 months ago, right? I get invited to one of the cashier's birthdays. I've been there for about a year, and it's so at this point, and 3 months into the job, I didn't talk to anyone. I was an introvert. I didn't like talking to people. I didn't want to socialize, right? But there was this one cashier that came up to me, socialized, and said like, "Hey, blah blah blah." For the sake of the story, let's just name her. Let's just name her Sam. Her name isn't Sam, but I'll just say Sam. So Sam came up to me, and she was like, "Hey, how are you?" and stuff. And she got along with me very quickly, right? And she was cute, right? She was cute, but I was like, I'm not gonna like. I didn't really want. I wasn't in the dating mind. I was 19 at the time, stuff like that. Then a year later, she invited me to her birthday, right? And at this time, I didn't know that she had a boyfriend already, so I wasn't trying to like do. I wasn't. First off, I wasn't even trying to do anything to begin with, right? I didn't want to date anyone or be in a relationship at that time, so I wasn't even near planning on doing anything, right? Also, I knew she had a boyfriend. I'm not here to be a fucking try to be a homewrecker and shit like that, or be like those, oh, I have a work boyfriend and I have a normal boyfriend. Like, I don't want to be that type of guy. So I got invited. I went to the birthday, right? It was fine. There was only 3 guys and like 7 or 8 girls there, and it was me, her boyfriend, and his friend, right, that she's friends with. So I'm trying to talk to them, because I have seen her like, I went to school with her boyfriend, and I hung out with her boyfriend like 3-4 times in high school. So I knew him, but yeah, I didn't really talk to him. So the birthday goes through and stuff like that, and the birthday's done, right? I enjoyed my time. I had that, blah blah blah. But during this time, I was probably at the worst mental state I've ever been in my life. Like, when I say like depression is like not a thing, or like depression is something, I actually never felt this type of depression ever, right? It was my first time, and I was like, because I had so much mixed emotions, and it's not to her, but like, I just felt awful at the time. I felt like I was doing nothing with my life. I felt like I was a failure. I felt that my awkwardness, or me like being myself, wasn't like good, or I should change myself. And it was just like, that was the worst part of my time. So then 2 weeks later, like a week later after the party, or like not even a week, like a couple days days after, I like had a full mental breakdown. I called a couple of my other friends, and I was talking to them, and I started crying on the phone. And this was like, I just cried. I couldn't stop. There was not like, I wasn't sad, but I wasn't happy at the same time, and I felt just like lost. I think it was just more of me being lost, or me like, it was just me being in a bad mental state, right? Everyone has these, and I did get over it, thankfully, and thankfully I did. I'm way better now. So, but that was just a rough time in my life. After that happened, I messaged her, I messaged Sam, and I sent her like a whole paragraph on Instagram. I'm talking like, I ran out of characters to type in Instagram. I didn't even know that was possible, right? And it was just me saying like, oh, I feel like I have to pull it up. It was probably me just being very depressed for no reason, or me being like, oh, this and that, and stuff like that. So that was a bad look for me. And then 3 days after I sent her the whole paragraph, there was rumors going around in the store that I was trying to become her boyfriend and try to steal her from her boyfriend. Let's just say her boyfriend's name is Jack, right? So I was trying to steal Sam from Jack. His name isn't Jack, the real one. So that, me being mentally not stable, me calling a couple of my friends that I was just crying, and then also getting told that I fucking was trying to be a home wrecker, was fucking miserable, right? And then at the same time, a week later after that, a different girl just broke up with one of the guys, like, in the back. So, and I was the people were saying I did it, I was the problem because I was talking to her a lot. So now I was told I'm trying to get with a girl, I'm trying to get with Sam and make Jack break up with Sam, right? I'm trying to get with Sam. Second, I was told that, oh, you're trying to you talking to her, you were trying to get with this girl, and so he broke up with her because I was talking to her too much and I was making him jealous and stuff. So I was told I was a home wrecker and a person that's trying to date someone that already has a boyfriend. When also having the worst mental state I've ever been in my 20 years of living, and I try to be happy, I don't try to be depressed and stuff. That whole month was the worst month of my fucking life. I couldn't, like, I didn't want to wake up, kind of like mentally taxing. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of working at that grocery store. I also got fucking disrespected by the boss of the store. I got disrespected by cashier supervisors at the front. I got disrespected from every angle, and it's just fucking miserable, right? It was the worst time of my life. And guess what? Let's see how this could get worse, right? So that happened, and then a month later, I'm terribly ill. I'm terribly, my mental state isn't there. I feel ugly, right? I'm like 194, right? And I feel no one cares for me, no one loves me, and stuff like that. And me going to work every day, I just felt so depressed and miserable. And then guess what? The worst of the worst can happen. So one of the cashiers so I'm just working, right, in aisle 1. One of the cashiers got dared to basically come up to me and ask me out on a date, right? And of course, she looked good. I was like kind of surprised because at this stage too, I was worrying I would never even find love to begin with. So I was like, her coming up to me, and I was like, I thought she looked like at least like a 7 out of 10, right? Me personally. And I'm like, she came up to me, I might as well accept the date invite, right? So I did, but not knowing that it was a dare, she then later on basically led me on for a whole 3 weeks to then asking to go to a sushi place to then break up with me after the sushi. So she pulled on my heartstrings that I haven't truly been in a relationship like my whole life. Me getting told that I'm trying to steal someone's girl, me getting told that I was a home wrecker on another girl, and then at the same time a month later I'm being a dare to then ask me out, take me on date. Like I even went and walked with this girl at a park. I even kept talking to her. I kept messaging her. I wanted to hang out with her and stuff. And all of this and I get broken up after I pay for sushi. So I basically just paid for her fucking meal. That, like, at the time, I never felt like the amount of depression I've like I don't know how to explain it. It is so unbelievably sad. I was in utter awe. Like I it kind of sucks me thinking about it right now because, man, it was terrible. It was the worst fucking time of my life, and I didn't want to wake up, or I didn't really want to live anymore. I know it's sad to say, like, never, kill yourself in game, right? But I didn't have a purpose in life. My mental state was at an all-time low. I felt like I was a useless fuck. I felt like I was fat. I felt like no one loved me and stuff like that. So that all happened. And then 3 months later after that, everything kind of like started settling down. I wasn't really the focus of dramas. I did get there was like 3 or 4 other like rumors going around about me, and I didn't know all of them. One of my close friends were saying there's rumors about you, and it's kind of all the cashiers are like talking like shit about you and stuff, and that kind of just like really hurt me. And the way the icing on top for me quitting my job about a couple months ago, like 3 months ago, or like 2 months ago, the reason I quit my job, the icing on top, my boss basically didn't give me my pay. So I just felt, and then when I went to him and told him why I didn't get paid, he just said I was slacking, didn't show any proof, and then didn't pay me. So at that moment, my coworkers not respecting me, I'm being played like a fool. Also, the most depression I've ever had. Plus, my boss isn't paying me, not showing me any proof, not coming to me why I got paid less, taking a month to get try to find the problem, and then I decided to quit. That's why grocery stores are maybe the worst place to ever ever work at, because holy shit, the amount of drama and fucking mental strain that I had to go through to basically just work there for minimum fucking wage was astonishing. So that's kind of like my whole experience with women so far throughout my 1 year of me trying to even ask out for a girl or get a girl. Because when I was 20, I was like, okay, I think I should at least try. And I do talk to women. It's not like I'm fucking womenless. I'm talking to them. It's just, it's hard to really talk to them. So that ends my grocery store arc. But there's still one more arc that I want to talk about, and this happened about a month and a half ago, 2 months. And it's just like, I know you got to take L's until you get a dub finally, but it's rough out here. So this is basically what happened. About a month ago, my good friend, my two good friends, the only ones I actually truly care about, let's call them John and Marissa, right? So John and Marissa, these two, they're dating, right? So, and I couldn't ask for better friends, to be honest. They told me, you know what, you want to come to, we're having like a group party at like my house, or like a group hangout. You want to come over and hang out for like 6 hours or so, like 5-6 hours, get pizza and stuff, and play like some board games and stuff. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, that's fun. So I went over, and he's been telling me about Marissa's friend, let's just name her Kim, right? So Marissa has a friend named Kim, and John is telling me that I should try to talk to this Kim person because she was really cute and stuff. And to be honest, I did really she is really cute, right? So I did try to talk to her, throughout the night on that night. And about 5 hours in, we decided there's a basketball court across the street from his house. Let's just go play some basketball and stuff. So we did. And the group of people we had 7 guys and 2 girls, Marissa and Kim, right? So we're playing basketball, and I told Marissa to hold my phone because I didn't want it to drop out of my pocket, and they're just watching, right? And so we go through the whole night. It's good. I talked to Kim, and it looked pretty good, right? So I went back home. And I was taking a picture of something and stuff, and then I wanted to delete it after. So I went into my camera roll, and then I saw that Marissa and Kim, they took a selfie together, and apparently Kim did it to my phone. So I was like, oh, so she grabbed my phone and she was like, yo, take a selfie. So it was some playful thing, right? And I was like, okay, that's a good sign that she might like me, right? So that was a good sign and stuff, and that made me pretty happy. So a week goes by, and Kim decides to invite me, Marissa, John, and another guy friend that was at the hangout get together, and she invited us to her complex that she has a pool in her complex and stuff, in a gym, and she invited us over to her complex to swim in the pool and go back to her complex and stuff. And I was kind of in shock that she invited me because we only met once or twice before, and that was a good sign. She didn't invite anyone else. She only invited me, her friend Marissa, John, because John is a girl. Whoa, what did I just say? John is Marissa's boyfriend, right? So, and she invited one other friend from, which is also one of my close friends, to her complex. So I was like, damn, this is a good sign, right? All the signs are pointing that she at least is interested in me. She was talking to me a lot. She took a picture on my phone when I gave her my phone when we're playing basketball, and she invited me to her complex. I was like, okay. So a week goes by, and I went to the store I've quit at this time. I went to the store because I knew Marissa was working that day, and I went up to her and I told her, yo, what should I say anything to Kim, because I just want to talk to her and stuff. So then she gave me basically a sentence of hey, I thank you for inviting me to your house and stuff. I really appreciate it. I had a fun time talking. We should do it again sometime. We should just do it again sometime. Something like that. I did that. And I sent that message. 30 minutes later, she hits me with a fucking airball emoji. He hit me with it wasn't the Steph Curry shooting from the moon, but she hit me with, and I just exposed that this is a pre-recorded clip, but she hit me with a fucking gif of just a basketball player airballing, it's slow motion. And I was like, come on. So I didn't know it was playful or anything. And after that incident, I didn't talk to her for 2 weeks. Now, 3 weeks after that airball incident, my friend John invited a bunch of people over again. He basically invited a bunch of people, and a bunch of different group of people, and he also invited Kim. Kim doesn't show up for almost the whole thing. she shows up at the last second, like 10 p.m. And my friend John is like really pissed because he wanted everyone to like leave his house, and he was like, he's about to like go to bed, like wrap everything up so he could go to bed around like 11. And she shows up basically not telling anyone where she was the whole time. And I thought she just didn't want to show because I was there, but she showed up and she like kind of talked to me, not really. And after that hour, she like basically left, and that kind of sealed that she wasn't into me. And I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna move on. And I have moved on, but it's just insane. So that's basically the 3 instances of my experience with women and stuff. And as you could tell, every experience is horrifying or terrible, and terrible shit that happened and stuff. And it's just, I wish that I don't know, it's just sucks. I wish I could find a enjoyable experience to have, but there's just haven't been an experience like that. So that's my whole story of my experiences with women. I'm just rambling. I'm trying to like close this out now, but I guess the moral of the story, keep trying. At least try, because if you don't try, then you're gonna kick yourself and then be annoyed that you've never tried. So at least I did try in the first place. But also just be wary and on the lookout, because people are very very rude, terrible, and mean. And there will be that one girl out there, that one woman that will actually respect you and enjoy your company, enjoy who you are and stuff. So that's my experience. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you subscribe, and also like the video and comment if you actually enjoyed the story time or me just yapping for like 30 minutes about women and stuff, because I have more stories I can talk about. And I know I do stutter and ramble and on and stuff, but if you guys do enjoy it, that'll be awesome, because I'll keep doing these videos. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully the next video will be a normal kind of video instead of me just doing a storytelling video. So yeah, peace.